Hey, social media, YouTube gang, wherever the hell you are out there in social media land. Flesh Eater just coming at you with a morning cup of coffee. And looking like Elaine's idiot intern boyfriend on that episode of Seinfeld, which, played by Saul Goodman himself, Bob Odenkirk. When I watched that episode, I couldn't blame the guy for like being a fuck up. And I mean, who the hell? There's only a certain amount of people who can go through med school without screwing up. So, so hats off to Elaine's idiot intern boyfriend. He would have done better than me in that situation where that lady was choking and he didn't know what to do, and then what's her name, Elaine's friend Sue Ellen was like, "Shouldn't he elevate his legs?" Oh yeah, elevate his legs. See, I wouldn't have known that either. Who the hell knows that shit? Anyway, I still have to watch the final episode of Saul Goodman. I haven't done that yet, so no plot spoilers. If you have comments that you want to leave about that, just keep them to yourself. All right, pitching the incredible an incredible unfortunate accident, the Conan O'Brien story. So we open up where Conan O'Brien, he first meets his friend Lisa Kudrow at an improv in Los Angeles, 1985. This is before he gets hired at Saturday Night Live and meets Lorne Michaels. So they form a friendship during improv, and at first he's kind of nervous. He doesn't know what to do, and so she tells him to like just how to handle improv class. And as he gets going, he gets more comfortable, and then he continues his friendship on with her as he moves to New York and gets hired for SNL, Saturday Night Live, being a writer on that show. And they're losing a host for late night, and they don't know what to do. Well, who's going to fill it? So they're really struggling to find a host. I don't know why he didn't really go into details on this, but Lorne Michaels, out of a hat, he just picks Conan O'Brien. Maybe it's because he's like a 6'4", goofy, redheaded cartoon character. And Conan O'Brien, he's never had any experience doing stand-up or in front of an audience or anything like that. He's like, well, I don't think I could do this. I'm a writer. I'm behind the scenes. So Lorne Michaels kind of pretty much forces him to get out there and audition. And when he does well with the audition, he still has doubts about himself. But Lisa Kudrow says, "No, you got to go on and do this." So so he auditions. They call him back, and he's like, "Well, we're going to do a trial run with you." And at first, he thinks, God, if I got hit by a car or something happened to me, or I got injured, I would be off the hook. And he starts having thoughts like this, but eventually he's able. The night comes when he has to go on. So Tom Hanks, who did the first showing, the first taping, he's there, and he knew Conan O'Brien from his writing days because whenever Tom Hanks would be on, he would be on SNL. He would go back there and kind of bullshit with the writers in the writers' room. He'd pitch them ideas, and he walks up to Conan before the first taping, and he puts his arm on Conan's shoulder, and he says, "What just happened to you never happens." And Conan O'Brien looks dumbfounded, and that's when he goes on stage, and he does the first taping. And after the first taping, they said that he loved the show. They said that they loved the show, the producers or whoever's behind it, but they're gonna go with somebody else. So there was rumors that Greg Kinnear was gonna take over. Who I guess at the time he was doing Talk Soup, And then there was like Gary Shandling was going to take over amongst names, and so he thinks that he's not going to do it. And that was just a one-time deal, but they call him back and they go, you know what? You got the 11:30 showing, so he's dumbfounded, and that's what his on-screen comedy career takes off, all the way up into his appearance in Sharknado, when a tentacle stabs him in the gut after he plays an arrogant version of himself, and these kids knock a soccer ball right in front of him, and he goes, "How dare you kick this soccer ball in front of me? I'm Conan O'Brien. I'm the highest paid late night show host." That's when the tentacle stabs him in the stomach or whatever and rips off his head. His head goes flying in the air and in front of these kids, and they still continue to kick Conan O'Brien's head around in front of them. Whatever. And Conan O'Brien makes history from his days on SNL up until his cameo in a cheap-ass Roger Corman movie. Did I say Sharknado, or what did I say? It was Sharktopus that he was in, where that happened. Okay, that's it. That's my movie pitch. Of course, if I were really to pitch that, I wouldn't throw in the Sharknado bit, but that's just a little fun I'm having there. Or maybe I would. You gotta shock these people, and they'll probably be like, "Oh, okay, thank you for your time. Get the fuck out of here before we call security." All right, folks. That's it. The incredible unfortunate accident. The Conan O'Brien story. And I was thinking about having Bill Skarsgård play Conan O'Brien. Pretty much he's the only actor that could really play him. He's got the red hair, the 6'4" body frame. He's kind of goofy, a little awkward looking like Conan. I think he could do it. And he could play comedy roles too. I mean, he's done it. I mean, like It. I mean, I kind of consider that a comedy role. I kind of laughed during that movie. He kind of gave a Jokerish kind of performance. But I know he could do it. As for who can play Andy and all the other guy, Max, I don't know. You guys would have to decide on that one. I'm not really familiar with the younger actors today, but you can all decide. The one person that watches these videos, you can decide. All right, that's it. Fleshy out. Later, gang.